Hello guys, welcome to my new video. I welcome you all on the behalf of the IELTS Platform Academy. And today's video is really important. And it's really important especially for those people who are struggling with the IELTS reading section. So if you are struggling to get the score that you need, the band that you want, in your reading, in your IELTS reading, this video is a must watch for you. Okay? And today I'm going to share 3 tips that I used in my IELTS reading exam, and I got a band 8. The first time using these tips. So these are my personal tips, and I know they work because they work for me. I'm sure if you can practice enough with these tips, then yes, you can get a higher band. Okay? And these tips are for band 8 because I got a band 8 using these tips. So let's get started. So the first tip, the most important tip, manage your time in the exam. I don't know how to stress it enough. It is the most crucial part of the reading test. Okay? It is vital that you manage your time well. I know many students, many people who don't manage their time well, and then they end up getting a bad score, bad band, not because their reading is bad, but because they didn't manage the time well. So you see how important it is? Well, how can you do it? How can you manage your time properly in the exam? Well, this tip is divided into further 3 subsections, okay? So the first step is write the time you have for each passage literally on the top of each passage. That's what I did, okay? So you have 3 passages in the reading test. So on the top of the passage 1, I wrote, let's say my exam started at 9 a.m. So I wrote 9 to 9:15. Now, you must be thinking, why didn't I write 9:20? I mean, according to the instructions that we get in the exam paper, in the exam, they tell us that we have about 20 minutes to spend on each reading passage, right? But no, I wrote 9 to 9:15. I allocated 15 minutes to reading the passage 1 and then answering the questions. And I'll just explain in a minute why I say that, because this is connected to the next step that I have got regarding the time factor. Do not divide the time equally. You can see that I have highlighted that in red, okay? Do not, between the 3 passages. So why I'm saying that? Why shouldn't you divide the time equally between the 3 passages, between the 3 reading passages? It is because the difficulty level of each passage is different, okay? I don't know if you know that or not, but yes, that's true. So what does that mean? I'll explain. Reading passage 1 is the easiest. Then the difficulty increases a bit in passage 2, and passage 3 is the most difficult, okay? So it makes sense, now you know, right? It makes sense to give more time to passage 3 than to passage 1. So in my exam, what I did, I gave 15 minutes to passage 1, okay? Because I know that's the easiest. And another tip that I can add from the top of my head really is that you can try to do any passage first, okay? And try to get more questions correct in the first 2 passages, because first 2 passages are relatively easy compared to the third one, okay? So do as many questions as you can correctly in the first 2 passages, and the third passage is a bonus point, okay? The next tip is leave enough time to transfer the answers to the answer sheet. Yes, it's very important in the reading exam. Remember, it's a reading test. And in this section of the IELTS exam, you do not get any extra time for transfer. Okay, it's not like the listening test. In listening test, you get, yes, after the exam is finished, you have 10 minutes at the end to transfer your answers to the answer sheet, but not in the reading. And remember that. Okay, so you have to do everything at the same time. Well, what I did is that I remember that I transferred the answers for each section. So like when I finished the passage 1, I transferred the answers. Then for passage 2, when I finished it, then I transferred the answers. So I was doing it together. I didn't leave it till the end, and I don't recommend that. It's not a good idea to leave answering all the answers right at the end. And if you do that, then you have to manage your time really well. So let's move to the next one. What's my tip 2? Read the questions and the instructions. I know that's common sense, but that's something that's always overlooked. It is vital that you read the questions before you read the passages. Okay? So when you get the question paper, first read the questions, okay? It's very important. And why it's important? Because you should know what you're looking for. And when you read the questions, you underline the keywords. These are the words that you should look for in the passages. Sometimes you won't get the exact word. It might be a paraphrase. So that you should keep in mind as well. But if they're asking you, let's say, for a name, and you are looking for a particular name, for example, they say, who invented this thing according to the passage, according to the information given in the passage. So you are looking for a name. If they're asking for a year, so you are looking for a year. So you highlight the name, the year, and then you try to look at that information in the passages, okay? So you underline the keywords, the key information in the questions. Yes, the next step is pay special attention to the special instructions. So these are the instruction words that you get in the questions. So you should read the questions carefully. And the instructions are like, let's say, choose one word from the passage. This is just one example. So they might say, choose one word. So you write only one word, okay? If you write 2 words or 3 or something like that, it is wrong. If they're saying from the passage, it means you literally have to pick the word from the passage. 1 word or 2 words, whatever they say according to the instruction. You pick that word and you write the word exactly as it, okay? As it is, sorry. So be very careful with the instructions. Now let's move to the other part. It is also connected to reading the passages carefully. Now I want to tell you something that you might not know. Well, the questions are given in the order in which the information is presented in the given passages. Okay, this is something that you should know. And you can use that to your advantage and to get a high score. How? Well, let me give you an example. If you're looking for the answer to question number 2, okay, in the passage, you should know that it will come after the point in the passage where we found the answer to question number 1. But it will be before the point where the answer to the question 3 was found in the text. So it's literally in the order, okay? So when you read the passages, where you found the answer to question number 1, then afterwards after that you'll find the answer to question number 2 and then answer to question number 3. So it's literally in the order. Why? Because the questions are given in the order in which the information is presented in the given passages. Okay? And you can use that thing. This thing is really helpful and really helped me in the real exam. You can use this step and get a high score, of course. Now, one thing that's very important, obviously the passages that you get, they are obviously difficult, and you are not gonna understand each and everything of the given passages. And you don't have to. Yes, I got a band 8 and I'm saying that. I'm saying that from experience, okay? Your task is just to find the answers, okay? So, let's say they say choose one word from the passage, and even if you don't understand the whole paragraph, the whole passage, yeah, but if you find the correct answer somehow, it's okay. And most of the time, especially for reading passages 3, you won't understand the whole passage. But as long as you can find the correct answers, maybe it's 1 word, maybe it's a name, whatever it is, then it is okay. You don't have to understand everything. Now let's move to the next step. Get into the habit of skim reading. It is so essential. You have limited time in the exam. And that also relates to my previous point that I made, according to the time management thing. It is very essential that you skim read. You get into the habit of reading the passages quickly, okay? It's very, very essential. And, well, you might say it's very difficult and stuff like that, but no, that's wrong. You can develop it. It's a skill. It's a reading skill, and they're testing you on that. You have limited time. You should use the time productively. So in order to use your time productively in the exam and to use the time efficiently in the exam, you have to skim read, quickly read through the passages, get into the habit of quickly reading through the passages, and you must practice this thing at home. And you will develop that skill, don't worry, okay? So that was another tip that I had for you. Now, the most important tip, practice, practice, practice. I don't know how to stress it enough. Because you know the proverb, practice makes perfect? I think it really fits for the IELTS exam, especially for the reading part. It is applicable to the other parts as well, of course. But yes, practice, practice, practice. Well, what should you practice? Past exam questions. But here's the important bit. Listen to this carefully. You should practice, but you should practice from the official sources only. Okay? I know there are tons of websites out there. There's a lot of information on the IELTS exam. It's very overwhelming sometimes, but you should only use the official sources. And by official sources, I mean the material that is published from the Cambridge. Okay? They've got their books out for the IELTS exam. You should purchase those books. Those books are really important for the reading part. And I think now they have got 11 or 12, I think. Yes, IELTS 12 is out as well. So you have 12 books and you can practice these for the reading, for listening, but for the reading, they are really, really important. So those are the official. Anything that you get from Cambridge, from IDP, and sources like these are the real exam questions, okay? And the information that these people give is relevant, it's official. Don't use other websites. Because these exam papers that they actually publish in these books show you the real level of difficulty that you will encounter in your real exam, okay? It's just like when I was practicing, it was just like I was doing another test, okay? So it's really important that you use the official sources. And what is your goal when you practice? Well, the goal is very simple, but it's a lot of work, really. You should know all the question types and how to tackle each one. So in the reading section of the IELTS exam, you have a lot of different question types. I might make a video for one of these, and please leave a comment if you would like to see that so that I know. There is true and false, there is matching headings, there is summary completion, there is diagram completion, flowcharts, sentence completion, and stuff like that. So these are all different types that you can get in the reading section, okay? And you should try to practice these. So let's say one day you say, okay, I'm gonna start practicing true and false. So look at the Cambridge books and try to practice true and false. It's very important, okay? Practice all of these, and once you think that you have mastered these different types of questions, then practice them under time conditions, okay? Under exam conditions, under time constraint, okay? Time yourself. Give the same time that you will get in the real exam, okay? Practice under exam conditions. It's very important once you have mastered how to tackle each part, okay? It's very essential. Now, let me give you a summary of the 3 tips that I covered before. First step is time management. Manage your time well. And it was divided into 3 parts. Look at my previous slides, rewind my video, and listen to it. The next step, efficient and purposeful reading. Okay? Try to skim read. Try to know what you're looking for by reading the questions before and then reading the passages, okay? Your reading should be efficient. It should be purposeful. You should have a purpose. You should know what's your purpose, what you're looking for. You should try to do it under exam conditions. That's my best tip that I can give you, okay? Once you have practiced all the question types. So practice all the different question types that you can get, true, false, match the heading, summary completion, flowcharts, and things like that. Okay, there are different types. I might make a video later. So these are my 3 tips. I use them. I got a band-aid, so I decided to share with you all, guys. It's really important if you want to get a good band that you follow these tips and practice at home, okay? And I'm sure that you'll do well. So if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel, because I will be uploading more videos regarding the IELTS exam. A lot of helpful tips that can really make a difference, okay? Thanks a lot for watching and good luck. Good luck for your exam, and remember not to give up, okay? I'm sure you can do it as well. So best of luck and thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. Bye-bye.